Laurie McDonald is our guest here, a residential school survivor, a longtime teacher, worked in the child welfare system as well. Laurie, I guess just your thoughts with looking out on this crowd and on this day.
For me, I say, yeah, and this Côte de Wind, I'm so grateful. When we looked out here, I see a real sea of orange. And and a lot of important people coming around here. I see this person here, I see that person there. And these people are, yes, important in their own right. But what's more important, there are people out there like me as a survivor from the residential school system. And when I look at those people out there, I'm looking and I'm thinking probably the same way as they are. It's a long time coming. And now we could say we're not alone. Like many survivors throughout this time, that we always thought once we left those schools, our stories would be going in our pack sack. And they would come with us when we went to the Creator. Now, thanks to the NTCR and all those people that are behind the scenes, stories like mine, which I find are sacred, stories like all of them are sacred, and that's something no one's going to ever take away from us. Because all too long, people in this beautiful city, which was government, denied what existed, but we knew growing up what was going on. There are many people out there who say, nothing happened to you guys. I say to them, walk in my shoes, walk in my path. Yes, it took us a long time to gather ourselves together and become a collective like this. But that takes courage and an individual courage. And I say to everybody out there, next time you walk down the streets in Manitoba, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, when you see somebody that is down and out and you put them in that category as being a mental health or addicted, give them time to talk. That person has a story. I am from Muskegowsik. Muskegowsik is Enoch First Nation. But to us, where we come from, Muskegowsik is a place of medicines. We talk of medicines in the truest sense of being what's out there. The air, the river, the trees, the lonely bee and mosquito. But they're all part of us as medicines. I come from a very long line of traditional people. As memory takes me back at age 5, I remember my kokum taking me out in the field and saying, one day you are going to walk in this world and you're going to have a lot of troubles because you're a very special person. You were a two-spirited child. And I had no idea at that age what that meant. But I grew up with the teachings of the fan, the teachings of the powwow, the teachings of the pipe. But never did I really understand that as I grew older and put in these institutions, that I would become a subject to such profound abuse and everything. One thing that was lacking in the Truth and Reconciliation when our leaders were negotiating and the calls to action, there was nothing in there that made people aware that we as two-spirited people existed. And there was nothing in there that made them aware that our struggles were real. Our struggles were profound. But they put us in one little basket that we were all the same. I stand here today as living proof that I survived. I'm a strong person. I'm an educator. I am Kateak, but I'm also a resilient survivor. There are many out there who are waiting for that message, and there are many out there that are struggling with identity. And there are many of my peers that went to the Creator without saying, I am who I am, because they weren't allowed to. church, government said those things were not right. But they were right. They were part of our culture. They're part of who we are. And it's part of who we became.
Laurie, you touched on a lot of stuff there, a lot of great stuff. Just really appreciate you taking the time here to share all of that with us and your courage as well. Looking forward to you speaking later in the show here. Thanks again.
Hi.